Like a child's pose, I'm going to be leaving you guys today in Shavasana, so we'll get started right away. And just, again, and everybody mute, thank you. So open your knees wide, bring your arms out in front of you, but have them relaxed. So no tension in the arms at this moment, and just, wiggle waggle your hips from side to side and just release any tension that might be in your hips and knees. Lower your back. Is that you? Or is Maxine? Alright, so if you have two devices on here, make sure you get rid of one of them. I think we're having everybody's having a little technical difficulty this morning, it seems like. So just take your time getting into it. And then bring your hands to prayer, palms together. And bring the prayer to the nape of the neck. Stretch out the back of the arms. Let your head rest down. So a nice tricep stretch here, but also a nice opportunity just to connect. Breathe in and out. Set an intention while your arms are placed behind your head. And as you begin to carry that intention, start to lift yourself up to sit on your heels. And the palms are still behind the head, elbows point forward or up for some of you. Good. Inhale, rise up onto your shins, tuck your toes underneath you, lift your heart up, and then open the arms up to the sky, hook the thumbs together, lift up and over to the right side. So if kneeling on your knees, you need to have more padding, go for that. Inhale back to center, switch the cross of the thumbs, up and over to the left side. Inhale up to the center. Exhale, open your arms to a T, thumbs up to the sky. Turn your torso to the right, your back. Exhale, right hand down. I know, it's a technology thing. Left arm up, palm faces back and down. And then go ahead and mute, Laura. Inhale back up to standing with the arms open wide. Exhale back to center. Inhale. Exhale, good. Turn to your left side. Left arm down, right arm up. You can have it down either leg, whatever feels right to you. Inhale back up. Exhale, arms open out. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor, tabletop position, and just stretch your legs behind you. And then come on back to tabletop position. Now the arms are active, the shins, top of the foot pressed down, back is parallel to the floor. With a small little movement, pull the belly to the spine and around the upper back. Just keep it small for now. Spread your shoulders apart. Inhale, drop your belly, arch your back, and now start to make it a little bit deeper. So here in your cat-cows, you can go as deep or as shallow as you need. Tailbone tucks underneath you. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, round and curl. I'm still revisiting Valentine's Day here. And exhale, round and curl. Push the top of the foot, shin down. Stay in this rounded position. And then walk your hands back towards your knees, towards your hips, and roll up to your sitting on your knees. Again, pad your knees if you need to, or stay on seated. Inhale, open the arms up and out. Thumbs up, rotate to the right. Exhale, right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the left, left arm down, right arm up. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, hands to the floor, tuck your toes, dip your belly. Inhale, exhale, knees up, downward facing dog, soften the knees. Pedal out your legs, right side, left side. And then settle into the center for a breath. Exhale, bring the knees to the floor and sit back in child's pose. Take the arms back together, palms together, nape of the neck. Inhale, rise up onto your shins, lift your heart. Exhale, arms up, hook the thumbs. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, twist to the right one more time. Right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, back to the center. Rotate to the left. Exhaling, left arm down, right arm up. Inhale, back to the center, arms out. Exhale, hands to the floor. Tuck your toes. Arch your back. Exhale, round and curl. And find your way into a downward facing dog. Bend one knee, then the other. And then settle into your downward dog as you spread your feet as wide as your mat. Pinkies at the edge of the mat, chest towards the thigh, head hangs down. Shake it, I guess, and no. And then walk your hands back a hand print. Soften the knees, working the heels towards the floor. Take the right hand to the outside of the left foot, shin or ankle, and look underneath your left arm. Just drawing yourself close and half and to the side. Inhale, come back, switch arms. Left arm pulls on the outside of the right leg. Hug your hips towards the midline. And then return back to center. Walk your hands back another hand print. So now most likely your heels touch the floor. Your arms are out, still a little bit wide in front of you. Like a short dog, a really kind of short dog with a wide leg. Take another breath as you begin to walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, lengthen your spine, press down and rise all the way up to standing. Good, keep your feet wide, open up your arms overhead. Exhale, open your arms to the T, reach your fingers in two directions. Inhale, rotate right, exhale, right arm down, left arm up, push your hips forward, lift out of your waistline. Inhale, rise up, arms out, twist to the left side. Exhale, left arm down, right arm up. Inhale, come back up, open up the arms to a T. Exhale, this time bring your arms behind your back, interlace your fingers, knuckles down, lift your heart. Soften your knees and forward fold. Head comes down, arms come up. Straps or towels are welcome. And once you get into this forward fold position, decide if you want to straighten your legs a little bit, a lot, or not at all. So just make it your decision, your body's decision really should be. One more breath here. Empty the breath and release the arms. Walk back out one arm's length again. So sending the weight towards the heel of the hands and then pushing back towards the heel of the foot. Soften knees. Look forward, inhale. Walk your hands back out another hand print, keeping the feet towards the floor. So your weight shifts back here. Inhale, look forward and walk it again and again and again until you find your downward facing dog, still with a wide leg. Inhale, lift on your toes and shift forward to a high plank. Good. Now you can bring your knee to the floor or keep your knee up as you take your right hand to the center and spin open. So your right knee would come to the floor. Take the left arm overhead, lift your hips up in the air. Exhale, lower the left arm, lift your hips up into downward facing dog, still wide. Exhale to a high plank, top of a push-up, left knee on the floor or straight, right arm comes up. Lift your hips up, lift your heart up, arm overhead. Exhale, hands down. With a wide leg, shift forward. Drop your hips, but keep your knees off the floor. And then push back into downward dog. I'm softening my knees there. Walk the feet a little closer underneath the hips. Spread your fingers broad. Push the weight, the pinky fingers towards the edge of the mat. Inhale, shift to a high plank. Right arm stays down, right knee up or down. Take it up. You're still in a staggered stance with your feet. Left arm overhead. Stack your hips. Exhale, left hand down. Hips up in the air, downward facing dog. Feet or hips width apart. Exhale, left arm down. Spin onto your left side. Right arm comes up. Lift your hips, arm up and overhead. So just a little bit of a venture into Vashisthasana. Exhale, arm down, hips up, downward facing dog. Good, so you're in your traditional downward facing dog. Weight goes back to the heels. Inhale, rise onto your tippy toes, bend your knees, look forward, and venture to the top of your mat, however you want to get there. It's still early. Have your blocks nearby. Have your hands on your thighs, on the blocks, on your shins, wherever feels right for you. So more support on your thighs. Now we want to send the weight a little bit more forward rather than into the heels of the feet. And then forward fold, pushing down to your feet. You again choose how straight your legs want to be or should be. Inhale, lengthen your spine, hands to your hips, rise up to stand. Release the arms down by your side. Inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. Hook your thumbs, exhale, lean over to the right side. Inhale, back to center, rehook the thumbs the other way. Exhale, left side. Inhale, lift up. Open your arms and just cactus them. Lift out of the middle upper back. Exhale, arms behind your back, one finger over from your natural grip, knuckles down, heart lifts. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. Once you get there, you choose if it's appropriate to have your knees bent or not. Exhale, release your hands to the floor, shins or blocks, look forward. Inhale, right leg steps back, exhale, right knee comes to the floor, padded or not. Left leg is a little bit forward, so the knee's over the ankle, back leg is a little back so that you're not sitting directly on your knee. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, open the arms to the T, right arm down, left arm up. Good. Inhale, rise back up, hands to the floor. Right hand stays, left arm opens up, twist. Hug your left hip in towards your midline. Lift out of your waistline. Exhale, left hand down, left leg straightens, toes lift up. So you can drive your blocks back with you on any height. And we're just a little bit more upright on our back knee, toes up in the front leg. Good. Turn your toes a little bit inward. Notice the change. Inhale, turn your toes a little bit outward. So a little rotation at the hip. And inhale back to your neutral position, right between the two. Exhale, bend your knees, re-engage your low lunge. Tuck your toes underneath you, lift your back knee up off the floor, and step back into a downward facing dog, hips high in the sky. Bend your knees, lift up all the way, and then lower the heels towards the floor. Inhale, step your right foot between your two hands and lower your left knee to the floor. Release the back leg. Inhale, switch the arms up overhead. Good. Exhale, open out, take the twist. Inhale, bring your hands to the floor. Right arm, left arm stays, right arm comes up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Straighten your front leg, come up off the toes. Square your hips, fold. Inhale, rebend the knee, tuck the back toes underneath you. Step into downward facing dog, hips up in the air. Walk it out, shake out your head, neck, yes and no. Inhale on your tiptoes, bend your knees, look forward, take yourself to the top of the mat. Halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, forward fold, push down, rise up, bring the arms with you. Exhale, bring prayer to the heart. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step, high plank. Choose to go to low plank push-up, chaturanga. Upward dog, maybe on your belly, cobra, or skip it. Or maybe add a push-up, hips up in the air, downward facing dog. Feet together, inhale, right leg lifts up in the air. Exhale, step your right foot all the way through, in between your two hands. Choose to be on your back toes or lower your knee to the floor. Inhale, reach up, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, open the arms to a T, right arm down, left arm up. Right from here, left arm comes down to the floor or block, right arm comes up, twist. Hug your hips towards the midline. Good, one more breath as you empty the breath, the right hand comes down. If you have a block, take it on the side of your right leg. Straighten your right leg up. If you have two blocks, put it on either side. Hug your hips towards the midline, and then work your left heel towards the floor. Chest opens up and fold forward as long as you can keep a long spine. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, now rise up high on your back toes, shifting a little forward, and then rebend your front knee into low lunge. Come up onto the tops of the blocks or the floor, or your hands on your thighs, and then just let your arms go down by your side. Good. Inhale, right from here, take your hands on the floor of the blocks, move them forward, and shift into your right leg as the left toes turn down under, hips just squared, right leg is softly bent or bigly, or very bent. Exhale, rebend your right knee, step back to your low lunge, plant your hands, and step back with your right leg back up in the air. This time you can open the hip and just move it around a little bit, right, left. Make circles in the ankles, the hip, the knee. Or stay in stillness, draw your shoulders level, and then let the foot float to the floor, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up, nice and high. Exhale, send it through between your two hands. Hands again could be on the blocks or floor. You also have the option to have your right knee to the floor. Inhale, float your arms all the way up. Exhale, open up. Left arm down, right arm up. Inhale, right hand comes down, left arm comes up, twist. Exhale, left hand comes to the floor. Move your blocks back, I like it on the highest height. Straighten your front leg, toes up or down. And then work your back heel towards the floor. So it's a wide stance. We're still in the same stance as if we were in our lunge. Broaden your collarbones. You can fold forward as long as the back remains in a long position. One more breath. Look forward, bend your front knee, and then send your weight or your hands or your blocks forward, and then right leg comes up parallel to the floor as best you can. Softening the left leg as much or as little as you'd like. So let your body tell you where you need to be in these poses. One more breath. Good. Empty the breath, sit back into your low lunge. Hands to the floor, left leg in the air. This time open the hip. Bend and straighten a couple times. And then send your left leg to the floor. Shift forward to a high plank. Stay there or take a vinyasa or more. Meet in downward facing dog. Feet together, back of the mat. Inhale, float your right leg high in the sky. Exhale, step your right foot through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, just take your left hand to the floor, right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Take the blocks in front of you and straighten your front leg here. Inhale, send your weight into your right leg. Float your left leg off the floor. Square the hips. Put a bend in the right knee, a little bit more than you have. And then see if you can float your hands to your heart center. Prayer. Warrior 3. You can always keep your hands still on the blocks. Breathe in, breathe out. So shift your weight back behind your knee so you don't have too much pressure in the knee. Good, yeah. We stumble, we fall, but we learn. All right, so now with that bent knee, step back with your left leg all the way back. Bring your right side block to the outside of your right leg, straighten your front leg. Turn your left foot on its side, and then stretch your left arm up and open, triangle pose. Tuck your tailbone underneath you, shoulders back, reach out of your waistline. So bring yourself as high up on your block or your thigh as you need to. Imagine you're against a wall. I am actually doing a wall workshop next week where we will definitely be against the wall for this pose. This is where I learned to pose against the wall. Push down to your right big toe. Inhale, lift yourself up, reverse it. Left arm down, right arm up. Exhale, hands to the floor, face the front of your space, and come back into a three-legged downward dog, right leg in the air. Open the hip and spine. Downward facing dog, hips squared. Inhale, float your left leg high in the sky. Exhale, step your left foot all the way through. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge, and all the way up. Good. This time, exhale, right hand down, left arm up, twist. It's good. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, blocks in front of you. Start to straighten your leg and send yourself up into your supported warrior 3. Hips are squared, and then put a bigger bend into your left knee for support. Hands into prayer as you find an unsupported warrior 3 for some of you. Inhale. Good, really work your way into the left heel, the standing heel. One more breath. Hands down. Step all the way back. Left block moves on the outside of the left leg as you begin to straighten your left leg. Put your right foot down on the floor. Right arm up in the air, triangle. Lift out of your waistline. Lift your knees up. Make sure you're not pulling your knees back behind your hip. So engage the quadriceps rather than hyperextend the knee. Lift out of your left waistline. Breathe in. Empty out. Look down. Inhale, rise up, right arm down, left arm up. Exhale, hands to the floor, spin it around forward. Step back, three-legged dog. Left leg in the air. And then find your downward dog and choose to stay or take vinyasa. Chaturanga push-ups. Push into your hands, top of your feet, lift up so you don't dump into your back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your feet together, lift your right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot through, turn to your left side. Have a block with you in the center of your mat. So I apologize, the back side of my body, I'll turn this way. So you're facing the left side of your mat. It doesn't matter which side you're facing actually, so just go ahead and find a comfortable place. Good. Inhale. And exhale, fold your body in half. Take your block and let your forehead rest on it as you grab the outsides of your feet. Shift the weight a little bit forward into the balls of the feet. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, come back, lift your head up. Exhale, turn your back leg. So if it's your left leg, great. If it's not your left leg, great. Turn your back leg towards the back of the mat. I turn so I would face you a little bit more. And now take your block on the inside of your foot. Hug your knee and tricep together. Left arm comes up, it'll be your right arm comes up in the air. Breathe in. Hug your tailbone underneath you. Take your top arm over your head. Take your top arm behind your back. And then open up your shoulder. Some of you will grab the inside of your thigh, some of you won't. Open up. Take your bottom arm, left arm for most, and take it out in front of you. Reach all the way out, firm into your legs. And then inhale, come up and reverse. Exhale, arms in line with each other, warrior 2. So gaze to your front arm, gaze to your back arm, gaze to your back foot, firmly planting both sides of the feet down into the earth. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, straighten your front leg. I'm going to move my block. Turn yourself back to the side of your mat. Inhale, Exhale, turn your front toes bent. Bend your right knee. Reach your arms in two directions, warrior two again. Breathe in, breathe out. Left arm down, right arm up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, right leg in the air, open up the hip. Take the right knee to the center, come forward to plank. Pulse it up for 3, 2, 1, sweep it back up. Exhale, floor pause on the floor. Shift forward, plank chaturanga, or skip it and just stay in downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your left leg high in the sky. Exhale, send your left leg through. Turn over to the right side, take your block, place it between your 2 feet, and adjust your feet so that you can grab a hold of the outer edges again. Let your head rest down on the block. As you bring your hips, your sitting bones, over your heels. Inhale, and then exhale. Inhale, release your hands. Good, release the block. Come up to standing. Turn your back foot to the back, so now you're on your right foot, which I was on before. I'll be doubly stretched on my right. Good. And then, I'm sorry, but I think we stay down. Right hand on the inside, left hand to your hip, left arm comes up, open up, breathe. Inhale, take that same arm, top arm behind your back. Lift your torso a little bit higher and reach your right arm forward. Really firm your back, your both legs, but your front leg, really pull the right heel inward and backwards so you have some stability there. Keep the arms as they are as you rise up, reverse. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back, warrior two. Adjust yourself, take a look at yourself, see where your hands are in connection to the rest of your body. Your arms should be as wide as your feet, or your feet should be as wide as your arms. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath. Good. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Turn your front toes front. Open up your arms, warrior two. Gaze at your left hand. Think about your right pinky toe pressing down, lifting the inner arch of your right foot, not rolling onto the side, just making it firm and lifting up that inner arch with energy. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, hands to the floor, spin it around, left leg in the air, three-legged version. Exhale, left knee comes to your chest, shift forward and pulse it for 3, 2, 1, kick it back up. Floor pause on the floor, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank chaturanga, or skip. Push through your hands and feet firmly. Downward facing dog. Inhale on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward, take yourself to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward, fold, hands on floor blocks, push down, rise up, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, bring prayer to your heart. Find yourself grounded on both feet. Let's release the arms to the hips for a moment, so maybe you can feel the levelness of your hips. Put the weight into the left leg, and just lift the right heel for a moment. And then while your foot is low to the floor, extend the leg. Push through your left leg, so you're pushing through the heel and you're hugging your leg in. And then lift it up as much or as little as you'd like to here. Hug everything in, firm up your legs. Feel the levelness of the hips. You'll notice if your right hip is lifted, where your hands go. Yeah, and using, by the way, the wall or a chair is great because it just gives you the extra assistance and alignment. Now keep your leg up, but begin to sweep it behind you. Tilt your hips, tilt your torso. Point your right toes back. Bend your left knee again as much or as little as you need. And then decide where you want your hands. You might not be as low as we were in the last time we did this. And it was just today. So arms can be back, front, heart, side, wherever. The arms in front will be the most challenge to your spine, to your back, as much as it might feel good to you. So choose which way is right for you. Take a breath. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor as the right leg comes up. Left hand stays on the floor or the block, in front or to the side of your left leg, and the right arm floats up. So it's like side angle or triangle on your side without the leg on the floor. And then open up, flex your right foot now, and rather than thinking about height, think about length. So again, if you have a wall there, feel free to push your foot into the wall to kind of give you that long line of energy. Breathe in. Good. Now, if your hand is on a block and you have the ability, put your right hand on your hip, soften your left knee, and just bring your left block back by your left shin and step all the way back, triangle pose. Right arm up. Good. So the block is there to lift the floor, not to dump your shoulders into. Look down. Inhale, rise up, reverse. Bump your right hip towards your left. Exhale, rebend your left knee. Turn yourself forward. Step your right foot about a foot forward. And then re-straighten your left leg. Walk your hands or blocks out in front of you to give you a little bit more levelness in your hips. Left big toe to the floor. Inhale. And exhale. So thinking about your front leg not moving backwards, but thinking about your hips squaring and the front knee lifting up. Walk your left leg a little bit more center. Inhale, float your right leg back up, toes to the floor. Exhale, right knee comes behind the left ankle and have a seat on the floor. If that is not happening for your right knee, then straighten it out in front of you. Take your hands around your shins, lift your chest up, inhale. Push your left big toe to the floor, exhale. You can close your eyes, you don't have to look at yourself. Inhale, stretch your left arm up in the air and behind you. Exhale, right arm comes up, inhale, lengthen, and now choose to hug, twist, or bind your arms outside or inside of your leg. If you have the hook on the outside, push your arm and leg towards each other and bring the leg towards the midline rather than opening out towards the left side. Breathe in. Exhale, turn yourself to the right. And just release to the right side, lift upright. Inhale, float yourself back to center. Step your left foot back in the center of the mat. Assist yourself up and place your hands on the floor block, standing split pose. Head down, chest down. Feet together on the mat. Separate your feet hips width apart. Take your peace finger grip around your big toes. That's 2 peace fingers around your big toe. And then wrap your thumb underneath the fingers, pulling up against your toe and pushing down against your fingers as you lengthen your spine. And then exhale, elbows out, fold in half. Inhale, lengthen, hands to hips, rise up to standing. Exhale, bring your arms down by your side. Find a grounding position, hands on your hips. Inhale, just lift your left heel off the floor just a little bit, right? Just start to feel the shifting of the weight into the right leg, but not the collapsing. And then lift your left leg up as high or as low as you want. Just keep engaging the quadricep muscles. Doesn't matter how high it goes, just so you know. It matters how firm the standing leg is and without tilting back or forward. Good. Then lift it up to where you're feeling the max height for you today. And keep it straight as you begin to hinge forward. Point your toes back. Level out your hips. And then once you're in this pose, decide where you want your arms. In front, to the side, behind your back, on the floor, at your heart, one of my favorites. Good. Breathe. Warrior 3. One more breath as you fold forward. Exhale the breath. Left leg up. Right hand in front to the side or on a block. Left hand to your hip as you open to the left side. Stack your shoulders, hug your hip in. Left arm comes up. Strong energy in all directions. If you have balance, you can look back at your left leg. Again, it's about lengthening it rather than lifting it. Breathe in and out. Good. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Soften your standing leg, and if you can bring the right block, outside the right shin. Begin to step back. Straighten the front leg. Lift the left arm up. Triangle pose. Hug your hips together. Rotate your torso. Good. Look down. Inhale, left arm comes down as the torso rises up. Right arm up. Exhale, rebend your front knee. Come back into supported warrior 3. And then exhale, left knee behind right ankle and have a seat on the floor. So take your time getting there. Adjust it so that you're not sitting on your left heel. Hug yourself around your shin. If the right hip is really high off the floor, you can choose to have the left leg straight or sit on a block. Right? We can always find a way. Yoga for everybody. We can always find a way. Inhale, stretch your right arm up. Open the arm up behind you. Lift your chest. Exhale. Inhale, left arm up. And you choose to stay in this hug, twist or bind. Inhale for length. Exhale for the depth. Keep connected with your right big toe to the floor. So some of you may have to move your right foot forward a little bit more. It's okay. Inhale back to center. Just turn yourself. Oh, I know, I left something out. I got it. Inhale, come back to center. Bring your right foot in the middle. Come up onto your left shin. Float your left leg up. Now step the left leg back about 2 to 3 feet. Reach your arms out in front of you. Hips are squared. Inhale. And exhale. Stay with a long spine pyramid pose. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, look forward, lengthen, step onto your right leg. Shift forward and send your right leg and left leg together at the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Separate your feet, bend your knees, lift your toes up and slide your hands underneath your feet. And wrap your big toe around your wrist. Look forward, inhale. Shifting the weight a little bit more forward, exhale. Inhale, that's good. Exhale. Good. Inhale, release your hands from your feet. Exhale, hands to your hips. And this one, let's round our spine to come all the way up to standing. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, prayer to the heart. Release the arms down by your side. Good. Inhale, bring your arms up shoulder height. Lift up high on your toes. Bend your knees like your back is against a wall. Exhale, exhale, exhale. And then come all the way down to the floor. Open up your knees and take your peace finger grip around your big toes. And then extend your legs up in the air. lifting up off of your sitting, well, really onto your sitting bones if you can balance. And if this doesn't happen, bend the knees. If this doesn't happen, put your feet on the floor. Nice. Bring your feet together. Good. You might have to soften your knees a little bit to let go of your feet. Let go, arms up, legs out. Lower the legs to the floor, lift your torso. Exhale, hinge forward, but don't touch. Round your spine, chin to chest, roll down, and then bring your legs up and over, perhaps tapping the floor behind you. Don't turn your head. Exhale, now you might want to hold on as you come back up into boat, or if you're in Pilates, teaser. Left legs come down, inhale, arms up, chest up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, roll down, take the legs back overhead with you. And then come back one more time to your boat. Any version of this boat. Could be bent knee, could be on the floor. Hands on, hands off. Exhale, lower your legs. Inhale, lift. And now exhale, fold forward and grab a hold of your legs somewhere. Inhale and exhale. Keep the spine long like we did in pyramid pose with our hands out in front of us. Shoulders back, legs are firm. Good, one more breath. This is intense western side stretch of the body. Paschimottanasana. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Hold on to your core as you let go of your legs and lift yourself up. This one we're going to lower down to the floor with the legs straight on the floor. Pull the belly into the spine. Start to roll yourself down one vertebrae at a time. Just check out that you'll be on the mat. All the way down to the floor. When you get there, float your right leg in the air. Float your left leg in the air. Hold here for 3, 2, switch legs. Right leg is hovering. You could also be on the floor. Switch legs. Switch legs. Hands behind your head. Both legs to the sky. Belly into the spine. Head and shoulders are still lifted. Look towards your toes with your eye gaze. And then float your hips off the floor. Stay there or reach the arms to the feet for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Short, not so sweet. Cross your right leg over your left leg. Grab ankles, shins, or toes. Heels to the buttocks. Open your arms to a T. Shift your hips right. And let your knees fall to the left side twist. Uncross your legs, come back to the center. Hug the knees up, head and shoulders up. Head and shoulders down, left leg crosses over right, grab ankles, shins, toes. Open your arms to a T, shift your hips left, knees to the right. As extreme or as easy as you need this to be, and I don't mean easy, none of it's easy, but just make it more accessible in your body, safely. Uncross the legs, come back to center, hug your knees in, head and shoulders lift. Exhale, plant your feet on the floor, hold on to the front of your shins, ankles, or touch your heels. Line up your heels with your sitting bones. The knees should neither knock in nor open up, so they're right in line with your hips. Holding on, tilt your pelvis, push down firmly through your feet and shoulders, and lift your hips up off the floor. Stay here for a moment. Find the grounding through the feet. You should feel your big toes pressing. And then begin to walk your arms underneath your back. Interlace your fingers. Reach your hands to your heels, heels to your hands at the same time. Close your eyes if you like. Just envision this heart opening, expansion of the body. Inhale, release your hands, upper mid, lower back to the floor. Take your feet wide on the mat and let your knees knock in towards each other. And just stay for a breath or two. Inhale, return back to center, heels line up with your sitting bones. Let your hands reach towards your heels or hold around the ankles. Tilt the pelvis. Lift your hips up into bridge. Stay there. Some of you will take your hands by your shoulders. Come to the top of your head. Push down through your hands and feet. Don't let the knees splay open here. So if you have a block, though it's not fun, you might want to put the block between your knees to make sure that you are staying honest. Wherever you're at, take another 3 breaths and hold. Not your breath, just the pose. And then start to release top of the head, upper, mid, lower, back down. And this one, hug both knees back to your chest. Take the soles of the feet to the sky, grab around the outsides of your feet or big toe. Happy baby, and just rock side to side. Inhale, tailbone down, exhale. And then draw your knees together. Take your right leg into your chest, extend your left leg out. Put your left hand on your left hip and take your right arm as you open up the right hip. And then come back to center, take your left hand to the outside of the right knee twist. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, bring your knees together. Inhale, extend your right leg. Right hand moves on top of the right thigh. Take your left hand and open your left hip to the left. So the right hand on the thigh just keeps a reminder that you shouldn't be lifting off your hip. Inhale, take your right hand, draw the knee across the body, twist over the right side, to the right side. Inhale, return to the center. Hug your knees to your chest. Take a hold of the top of the foot shin. Lift your head and shoulders up, round and curl like a ball. And speaking of balls, roll yourself up a couple times. Come into a seated cross-legged position. And choose if you want to keep this cross-legged position or come into a 90-90 position with your right shin. I can't do it, by the way. Parallel to the front edge of the mat. Sit on a block will help that out. Or you just stay in your cross-legged position. Walk your hands forward. Stop at the first point of resistance. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Relax the shoulders. No, most of these poses are never about getting your head to your knees or to the floor. More about right here stretching the hips, keeping the long spine. A deep, intense stretch for the hips, particularly if you are like me and tight in your hips. Even just sitting in the basic pose is enough. One more breath. Inhale, walk up. Good, lean back, shake it out. And let's just go ahead and switch legs. I don't think I told you which leg to have in front, so it's okay. But the bottom leg, parallel to the front edge of the mat, if you have that 90-90 or fire log, it's called a lot of different things. Then your shins will be parallel to each other, and then your right foot or the top foot will be hanging off the edge of the knee, or your back in easy pose, Sukhasana. Inhale, walk your hands forward, stop at the first point of resistance, exhale. Inhale, walk forward again. Find your deepest expression for today. Inhale, walk your hands back in. Lift up, lean back, shake it out. Place your feet back on the floor, line up your heels with your sitting bones, hold on behind your thighs, lift your chest. Get your maximum length here, then release your hands, reach the arms in front of you, and you can always still hold on. Chin to chest, roll down all the way, one vertebrae at a time, not skipping the lower back, not skipping the middle back. And then begin to stretch out on your mat. Find the whole expanse of your mat to stretch out on, right? Corner to corner is fine. Head down, body through the center. Inhale and exhale. Take a little scan of your body. Notice if there's any tension that remains anywhere in the body. And just direct your breath to those spaces and just kind of give a little cue to let go. Empty out. Don't hold on to anything that doesn't serve you at this very moment. And as you make your way into this final pose for today, pretty much the final pose for most of our yoga classes, just keep in mind self-love. For those of you at home, stay fit, stay healthy, get vaxxed, wear a mask.